Welcome back to Stephanie Plans and Reads. This is part 2 of the video I started last week, doing a bit of a Q2 review and also doing a flip and showing you what I did in the month of June. But this is going to be focused, this is part 2, and this is going to be focused on what I'm doing in July. And I'm very excited. Very excited to tell you what I'm going to be doing. If you're new here, thank you very much for joining. If you've come from watching part 1 and you're eager to see what I'm doing in part 2, thanks for coming back. And thanks for everyone who subscribes, likes, and comments. I really appreciate it. It's really helping the channel grow, and that's important to me. So thank you very much for helping me out and for creating this little community that we have. Okay. I am doing One Book July, and I'm so excited because in my heart of hearts, if I really look deep into my soul, I'm a one book girl. I get more books because I can and because I like the books and I want to do all of the things, but really, functionally, and I don't know, for my brain, it doesn't make sense for my brain to have, a book for every little part of my life. I just, for some reason, I don't do well with that. I do better if everything is in one book. So this, which I use for social media, is going to be out for July. This, which is my reading journal, is out but with an asterisk. So everything that I put in my reading journal for the month, I'm going to be putting in here. But I'm still going to keep up with this because I will go back to this for the month of August, September, for the rest of the year. So I don't want to, leave a month out. So I will still be using this, but I'm putting this into here as well. So how am I going to do that? I can see you thinking, what is she thinking? How is she going to put this in there? I'll show you. So the first thing that I need to put into this planner is the list of books that I read. So if you can see here for that's quarter 1. You don't want that. Quarter 2, there's the list of books that I read, and I put what genre they are, and then the rating. So I need a place to put that in my common planner. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be putting it in here. So this is the month, view, and the month of July, and I saw somebody do this, and now I can't remember who it was, but they outlined the month days like in black, so it kind of sits up, I guess, and then you really see the extra space that you have. And in the extra space, I'll be putting the list of books, the genre that it's in, and then the rating that I give it. And that will kind of satisfy this portion of the reading journal. So that's done. The next thing that I need is to write down when I start and when I finish a book. And so you see I start with black and I finish with the blue. So I need to do that. And I'm also going to do it here. I will probably use the same system and even maybe the same pen. So yeah, all of that data, I guess, the data of reading will be here. So I think this works because if you watched part 1 of this video, you would have saw that I didn't write much in my June monthly, and I was trying to think, well, what should I put in it? Well, doing one book July, which is easy for me to say, I now have something that's going to go in here. So I'm pleased. Then we get to the weeks. So every day I write down what I've read and how many pages of that book. So the book, how many pages? The book, how many pages? The book, how many pages? Great. So where am I going to put that? Well, I am going to put it in the weekly as well. So normally what I've done is I have carved out this bottom for my to-do lists, but that wasn't always the case. That wasn't always what I was doing. So if we look back to my Hobonichi cousin from last year, you can see that at the bottom, and actually I'll bring it up closer so you can see, at the bottom I put down what I was reading every day, and that's how I would record it. So that's what I'm going to do here. So at the bottom here, I'll put a line, and down here will be what I'm reading that day. So that takes care of this and puts it down here. Now you're probably thinking, well, where are you going to put your to-do list? I'm getting to that, but I'll get to that in a second. So then that's all I need. Now here, this information here was the goal of reading that week. So I can always put the goal down here. That's not a problem. And then any notes. So for example, I would write like this book here, Fall Down Dead. I finished it. I said what I gave it, and I talked a little bit about what happened in that little note there. So I'm not going to have a space to do that here. So I could do some of that in the daily, or I could just, not just leave the notes in here. And if I, don't put the notes in here, that's not going to be a big deal, because I never put notes in here. Although in the dailies, let's see if I can find you. So sometimes I put, I'm reading what I'm reading in here, and a little note on it. So I'll probably continue that. So then when we get to the monthlies, the dailies, I had been using half a page for each day with my list of what I'm grateful for, and then a reflection. But in my Hobonichi, just trying to find a page here. So in my Hobonichi last year, I would put my to-do list in my daily, and then I put let's look at this day. So my to-do list, then I put my gratitude, and then I put my reflection, and it was a whole day per page. And I have enough pages to do that here. I'm only at page 103, and we're, all the way through the year. So what I'm going to do is do the same thing here. So I'm going to set up the page with the date. I've already put the line in so you can see. So it would be the date and the day, and then here will probably be my to-do list, and then I'll put gratitude and reflection. And that I'll be doing that for the month of July. And that takes into consideration the move that I have by putting these on the bottom. So basically I'll be just doing what I'm doing here that I did last year in my Hobonichi cousin. I have my to-do list, gratitude and reflection. That's just the way I've organized it on this page. And then for the weekly spread, all of the books are down here. And last year I was just in the one book, and it got quite fluffy, as you can see, and I hope that this one gets the same. Now this one isn't as fluffy because I haven't been using as many stickers in the daily portions. They're mainly Tombos, sometimes occasionally some washies, but very minimal stickerage. The stickering usually happens mostly in my weeklies. So yeah, I'm really excited to do One Book July. I'm going to update you how it's going, definitely. You can follow me on my Instagram too. There'll be lots of photos of how it's going, but I'm really excited because I definitely want everything in one book. The desire for everything in one book is great with me. And even though I have just a post-it note of a note, even though I have, you know, these two books, and I love this book, as I've talked about many times, if I only had this book, I could definitely make it work, and I'm going to make it work for July. So let me know, are you thinking about doing One Book July? I know there's a few people out there that I have been watching who are looking forward to it. I've never done it before because I've always been a one book person. But yeah, I think doing it, changing things up at a halfway point in the year is really fun. And yeah, I'm hoping that I will find even more inspiration going forward to, you know, keep experimenting. And the Sterling Ink Common Planner is really good for that. It really allows me to keep experimenting and to keeping things fresh. So thank you very much for watching. Let me know down below if you're going to do One Book July, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.